While winter weather here in the high country has reduced the threat of wildfire, residents in eastern Arizona are still suffering the effects of this year's Wallow fire. NAU's Bonnie Stevens takes us to Alpine and Greer, where residents remain fearful of the sound of thunder.
Hummingbirds hum, horses graze, and children play.
Oh, that's cool!
After Arizona's largest wildfire on record, even though the backdrop has changed, things seem to be getting back to normal in the pastoral setting of the White Mountains. That is, until it rains.
We used to see the rain as being peaceful, healthy for our world that we live in, and now it turns your life upside down.
Tom Tilford and his neighbors in Greer survived the 500,000-acre Wallow fire, but today they prepare for floods.
The first flow was at least 2 to 2.5 feet deep, and it spanned out 30, 40, it spanned out the length of this area.
Sandbags are part of the landscape now, piled high against homes and businesses, as folks here try to hold back flash floods and eroding mountainsides.
Because this burned soil doesn't absorb water anymore. It repels water, it's hydrophobic.
Silt, debris, and boulders carried by floodwaters have taken out this alpine home.
It moved the foundation, tore out the walls, and pushed rocks into the structure.
This kind of mortality that we're seeing in here is completely unnatural.
Ecologist Dr. Wally Covington with the Ecological Restoration Institute at NAU says intense forest fires that burn through the treetops, like the Wallow fire, deliver a 1-2 punch.
A lot of people focus on just the immediate impacts of these large unnatural fires that we've been having, and that's devastating. It's devastating, of course, immediately to wildlife habitat and to human habitats, but there's a secondary impact that people are often unaware of, and that is that we start having major flood events.
Major flood events still occur in Flagstaff a year after the Schultz fire. Members of the Four Forests Restoration Initiative say millions of small trees that feed these big fires and then result in flooding need to be thinned out.
There's been a lot of research and documentation done, including the need to restore our forests, mainly to reduce the density so that these catastrophic crown fires don't happen.
In Greer, Bonnie Stevens with the Ecological Restoration Institute at Northern Arizona University.
Flood mitigation efforts are ongoing in East Flagstaff and eastern Arizona.